March 29, 2012, millions of people across Spain went on strike. The strike, which was the first general strike since September 2010, brought the country to a near halt. The situation in Spain has grown increasingly difficult, with 1 in 4 people out of work and many struggling to make rent or mortgage payments.
Unemployment in Spain right now is at about 25%. Amongst youth, it's at about 50%.
If you say 5 million of people doesn't have a shop, yeah, it's all right. But if you see the faces of the people, it's different.
People are so fed up in Spain. Our economics is not working, our politics is not working, our unions is not working, also our legal system is not working.
En la sociedad capitalista se vive en continua crisis, y si no en continua crisis, en una situación de totalmente impredecible.
The major trade unions joined forces with smaller trade unions, anarchists, pensioners, the unemployed, and the 15 May movement. The result was a strike that mobilized all sections of society, targeting not only production, but also consumption.
We thought as a movement to reinvent the way we do a strike.
In Barcelona, there were nearly 70 local neighborhood protests. Local assemblies organized their own pickets, which went door to door chanting, throwing fireworks, and shutting down businesses that refused to honor the general strike.
So on the 29th of March, in addition to the labor union strikes, pickets in different workplaces and all of this, and in different neighborhoods, you started to see, well, neighborhood assemblies of different types of non-union workers contributing and doing sort of informative pickets where they just kind of inform folks of why they shouldn't go to work that day or why they shouldn't open those stores that day.
Para que no nos quiten lo que ya habíamos conseguido, los derechos sobre todo, derechos sociales. Y por eso estamos en la calle.
We were satisfied because of the percentage of following of the strike. It was quite big, over 80% here in Barcelona, but also in many other places in Spain.
Schools, universities, construction, and heavy industries all went on strike. Auto, rubber, steel, petrochemical, food, mining, and manufacturing industries also went on strike. Building sites stood idle, and 91% of long-distance rail workers went on strike, bringing transport, shipping, and distribution to a halt. All across the country, cities were at a standstill. Many highways were blocked, and several ports were paralyzed.
You also saw university students who had occupied strategically placed campuses, kind of giving more force to the sort of transportation blockades. You saw folks blocking major centers of economic activity such as Mercabarna, which is the place where all of the food comes in. The ports got blocked up, along with consumption strike, which was another way to allow people for whom striking in the workplace may be too risky. It allowed them another way to participate by just not consuming anything that day.
We could easily reach consumers and individuals that are not organized or they don't feel represented by unions, and asking them and explain them that it's not only to stop working this day, it's much more. If you don't have to spend any money on this 29th of March.
I think that's where you saw on the 29th of March this acceptance of a new phase for civil society where the indignados are coming together with union workers, coming together with workers of all types, really.
Corporate chain stores that refused to close their doors were shut down by large crowds that were discouraging people from shopping, small groups of people blockading the doors, and targeted property damage. The Barcelona Stock Exchange, major shopping centers, and banks were primary targets.
What happened eventually was they basically left the space between the Corte Inglés and a Starbucks and a number of other places, and basically the whole space around Plaza Catalunya. They had enclosed that, but they didn't really have any police near the sort of these spaces. They were kind of closing it in from the outside. Folks started to don masks and set the Starbucks on fire, set the Corte Inglés on fire, set several bank offices on fire. What was really striking about it was just the level of acceptance from protesters of what was going on.
En cambio, esta vez nos aplaudían a la gente. O sea, que no se iban de donde estaban los más activistas, sino que incluso hacían cerco para protegerlos.
The police responded to the strike with violence. They fired rubber bullets and tear gas and charged the crowds with batons. One protester lost his eye to a rubber bullet, and many others were hospitalized.
Entonces lo curioso fue cómo invadieron la manifestación las cochineras, los coches de los policías. Empezaron a cargar, a pegar tiros, pelotas de goma, dicen que había también gases lacrimógenos, no lo sé. La policía no sabían a quién pegar, la verdad es que no los conocían. No conocían a la gente, esa es la verdad.
Despite police aggression, small decentralized actions occurred throughout central Barcelona late into the night. In the end, there were 104 reported injuries and 176 arrests. The day after the strike, Mariano Rajoy's conservative government announced the most severe austerity package yet, with 27.3 billion euros in proposed cuts. With the situation in Spain likely to deteriorate, the strike was widely viewed as merely a taste of things to come, as protesters prepare for the upcoming global days of action from May 12th to May 15th.
The 29th of March is a transition point towards the 12 May, 15 May mobilizations. On the 12th of May, there's going to be a global protest that is very similar to the 15 October mobilizations, but I think we're going to take it up a notch this time.
And we're just people who is fed up, and we are working so hard on the 12th May, 15 May. We are organizing ourselves to have a bigger demonstration.
The people are still angry. I think people are more angry than before.
On the 15th of May, we're gonna be talking about a lot more stuff than just the labor reform. We're talking about democracy. We're talking about social rights. We're talking about social justice. So I think on those days we're going to see mobilizations that really up the ante quite a bit.